Hey guys, Urban EDC here. I know it's been super long time since I've released any videos at all. Pretty much it's just been because I don't have the funds to purchase new stuff to review all the time as much as I'd like. And because I'm cheap and I like to save my money. But I did recently get into graduate school, which I will be heading off for soon. And, you know, as a little gift to myself, I thought I'd get myself something nice. And so, if you read the title of the video, you probably already know what it is. And this is a Benchmade 710 in D2 steel. One of the classic Benchmades. So, you know, I thought I'd just throw this out there, you know, do a little review. Pretty much just what I think of the knife. If you want, you know, more insightful details on the knife itself, you probably want to go see Cutlery Lover's review or Nut and Fancy's review. It's one of his favorites. You know, they do awesome jobs at, you know, giving exact details on the knife and so on and so forth. So if you want those kind of details, maybe head off and go see one of theirs. But I'm just gonna give you my opinions on what I think of the knife. All right, so let's start off with the handle. So the handle is, you know, it's G10. Okay, a lot of complaints have been said, you know, oh, you know, the texturing is not as good, it's kind of slick, you know, it's not exactly what I'd be looking in like a $100 knife, you know, and, you know, my thoughts about it are, yeah, it is slick, it's not to the point where it's unusable, but it definitely is, not as grippy as, like, my Benchmade Vex, okay, that thing just, seriously just locked in as soon as I grabbed it. You know, the G10 on here is, I would say, it's more refined, okay? Because it is, you know, a $100 knife, so you don't want it to be, you know, so abrasive against your skin all the time. So, and also, you know, with the handle shape the way that it is and the ergonomics and everything, you know, it's very comfortable. And so, I have no gripes or, you know, anything really bad to say about the G10. I like it. Okay, let's see. It is tip-up only carry, but you can reverse it right to left. Unfortunately, there are no holes drilled on this side, so you cannot carry it tip down. Okay? I think that's it about the handle. Moving on to the blade. You know, the blade is 3.9 inches long. It does have a slight recurve. For those of you that don't know what a recurve is, if you look from the blade from the bottom here, it curves kind of up and then down to the belly and then back up again. And so this is called a recurve. And what that's really good for is for cutting power. So let's say you want to cut something, you pretty much lay whatever you want to cut on the back part of this recurve right here. You put it right under there. And then you can pull through really hard and put a lot of force using this belly against whatever you want to cut. And that's why recurves are so awesome at cutting power, because of that shape. You know, some people have said, you know, oh, you know, well, the shape of the recurve, you know, it's kind of hard to sharpen and stuff. It's hard to take care of. I have sharpened this knife. In my opinion, it is not difficult. Seriously, all you need to do is just remember, you know, just like when you're sharpening anything else, you know, keep it perpendicular to the edge of the blade. As long as you do that, it's not difficult. Like I said, the steel on this is D2. I doubt you can make that out. But it is D2, and people also have said, you know, D2 is hard to sharpen. And it's not, really. I think it's not hard as long as you don't have to reprofile it. So if you let the blade get dull and you have to sharpen it from there, then yeah, I'd say it might take you a long time. But, you know, if it's sharp and you keep it relatively sharp and you just keep touching it up, it's not difficult to maintain. So it's not difficult to maintain, but it is difficult if you want to reprofile. Let's see what else. It is an axis lock knife, and that's one of the main reasons why I decided to get this knife right here. Is because it is an axis lock, not because I'm a Benchmade fan. Okay, fine. I am a Benchmade fan. But no, seriously, this axis lock is awesome. Pretty much because I was really worried kind of about the safety of knives and stuff as I use them every day. And, you know, with the liner locks and stuff, pretty much, you know, every time the blade is open, you know, I have to put my thumb here and I'd have to slide over the lock, meaning that the blade would always be coming down on my finger. And then I had to move my finger out of the way and then close the blade. So I didn't like that. Same thing with lockbacks, like from Spyderco, you have to push on an indent something right here. And so because you're pushing on an indent, most likely your index finger is going to be underneath the blade. So when you push it, same thing, it unlocks, right? And then once it unlocks, it comes down, and then you have to move your fingers out of the way and then close it. But with the axis lock, you don't have to do that. And that's why I really like it. Because with an axis lock, once the blade is open, all you have to do is you just hold it in this grip like here. All of my fingers are already out of the way. You just kind of, push down on the axis lock, and it just slides closed. It's so simple, and it's, really safe to use. And I also think that the design of the lock is structurally very, very strong. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to pick this knife. So the other thing is, I mentioned that the handle, I think, was 4.9 inches long, almost 5 inches long, and with the blade out, 3.9 inches, 4.9 inches, that's 8.8 inches in total. So it's almost 9 inches long. So when I was deciding to get this knife, and I was looking at stats over the internet, I was like, wow, 9 inches, that's going to be a huge knife, I'm not sure if I'm going to be really comfortable carrying this around. And it also says that it weighs, 4.5 ounces, and that's kind of heavy. So I was like, well, I'm not sure, but eventually I decided just to try it out. And when I got it, I was pleasantly surprised, because it does not seem like an intimidating knife at all. It seriously, it kind of reminds me of just like, a restaurant, a steak knife or something, something that they hand out at the restaurants for you to cut your steak with. Because it's not really that intimidating. And I think one of the reasons is because if you notice the thickness of the blade right here, it's really thin. It has a really thin profile, okay? And because it's so thin, I think that doesn't allow it to be as intimidating as you would think. For example, if you compare it against like an Enduro or something, the blade is much thicker. It's much fatter in this dimension. So when it's more thick like that, I think that's what makes the blade intimidating, even though it might be the same length as a 710. So overall, I'm really, really liking this knife, obviously. I don't think I'll be getting anything else in the near future, because I think this actually covers all the tasks that I want. You might notice that I did not get the combo edge, and in my other two previous knives, I did have combo edges. So you might be like, whoa, I thought you said combo edges were awesome. Oh, well, here's the thing, okay? I've been using those knives for like the past year and whatnot, and through everyday use of those knives, I've decided that I don't like combo edges. Pretty much because, with the combo edge, it takes away this part of your cutting ability, or the cutting power of the blade. It takes away this part. Like, you have to saw through if you want to cut something with the combo edge. And I didn't really like that, because it tears open stuff rather than slicing through stuff. And I don't cut rope every day. I don't need to cut through wires. I don't need to, do that kind of work. So combo edges, that's kind of useless to me. For everyday tasks and medium cutting chores, the plain edge suffices fine. And I like it because it gives you so much more working edge, compared to if you had half serrated, half plain. It gets annoying. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it gets annoying. If you try cutting open a cardboard box, it's much easier to slice through it if the knife is sharp, rather than sawing through the cardboard box. If you try it out, you probably know what I mean. So yeah, so that's why I didn't decide to get the combo edge. Any last minute thoughts I might have on the knife? The fit and finish on this is obviously excellent. The knife is perfectly centered in the middle. I did use some blue Loctite to secure the main pivot screw right here. So it's nice and tight. There is no blade play, obviously. It's a Benchmade. And it is an axis lock, which is one of the best ones. I think one of the other things that I really like about this knife is that there's so many ways to open it, right? Okay, you have your main thumb stud, and then that's just the normal. You just flick it open with your thumb. You can also use the axis lock just to close it by itself. You can use the axis lock to flick it open if you want, but I'm not very handy with that. And the other way is you can also you can just kind of gravity open it up. If you just kind of flick it like this, it should open up, but there, like that. And you can also do it in the reverse position as well, like that. So yeah, so this knife, you know, it's really cool. Lots of ways to open it. It's really fun. I highly recommend it. Alright, thanks you guys for watching. Who knows when I'll have another video, but peace out.